The Lord has been teaching me how to take full responsibility for myself for 3 years and a half now, and I didn't even know about it. Here is how it all started. I remember a few years back, my husband was, talking with his friends before we got married actually. He said that he never wants to get married to a woman that is financially capable, a woman that is well to do, a woman that has money. Why? Because they have ego, because they won't be loyal to their husband and stuff like that. Meanwhile, I was right there. I didn't say anything. I was just smiling, thinking that okay, I fit into all of that. I fit into that shoe because I was broke and nothing to write home about. Okay, so stuff like that. So I just felt happy and moved on. But why that had been said, I think there was a mentality that got into me that day that and now its responsibility is to take responsibility for me and every stuff like that. Years into the marriage, my husband took responsibility for everything, right? And not only that, he also wanted me to do something. He established so many businesses like opening a food store business, a unisex salon, and so many others, okay? Just for me to be earning for myself and stuff like that. But these businesses came crumbling down the moment he leaves the business for me to undo them. Okay. I didn't really understand it because I kept struggling from one business to another, trying out different businesses and all of that. And this became an issue in the house because the responsibility is way bigger than just him now, okay? And not just that, having him to provide for the house and also taking care of me and all of that, that is a lot for him to handle. So just recently we got talking and then I asked him, but you said you wanted a woman that was not financially capable. And then he made a statement that he just said that out of his own ignorance then. Now, two things I learned from that story I just shared. The number one is that as a man or a woman, whoever you are, you're planning to get married. You're going to get married to someone, but you do not dictate their life. Their destiny is in the hands of God, and God has a huge plan for their life, sending them down here. Okay, so do not tie people down with your words. Do not tie destinies down with your words just because they becoming your wife or your husband. Okay, so this was the mistake my husband made by uttering a word like that. Okay, even though he didn't know that this word was also going to affect him because we are both one now, we are one in this marriage, right? So if he has and I have, it is a double portion for the family, equals to more money, more stuff in the house, right? But because of the mentality he had, or maybe there is a reason why he said that, the reverse was actually the case, right? So it means that all the things I could have been helping him to do, they were all now falling on his own shoulder. Do you understand it? Meanwhile, I could have actually been helping him financially also, right? Mind you, all this time I was not sitting idle. I was doing something. Okay, because I'm the kind of person that I like learning new stuff. I like doing so many new stuff and stuff like that. Okay. But these things were not just paying result. They were not just paying off. They were not bringing off result that I would want. Okay. So which means something was obviously wrong. All right. And then again, moving on to my own self is that I had this mentality of that, okay, he's the one now in charge, is the one to take responsibility, which is a no-no for any woman out there. Okay, you should be able to take responsibility for yourself, whether you're not married or you're married, right? You should be able to add value, you should be valuable, you should be doing something meaningful with your life because that is the only way you can actually contribute to your home, to your kids, to your society, and to the world at large. Okay, so this was a mistake on my part. So moving on, even with all of that struggles and all of that, I became tired and frustrated, right? Then I started my personal walk with God, my intimate relationship with God. I started working with Him and all of that. I noticed that I would ask my husband for something, my husband would refuse to give it to me. He stopped giving me money and stuff like that. Even maybe if I want to do a business or something, he just ignores it. There are some that he will do on his own. There are some that I will say, okay, this is what I want to do. He refuses to give me that money or to even how do I call it, or to even support me in that journey. This actually hurt me so bad. It made me feel so bad. But at the same time, I didn't know that the Lord was actually teaching me awareness. The Lord was giving me awareness to the true state of my life, right? Which means that if my husband doesn't give me, I don't have any money to spend on my own. Which means that if no one gives to me, I do not have anything to spend on my own, right? So the Lord was actually opening my eyes by making my husband to not release those things to me. These are the things he normally does, okay? But now withholding him from doing those things, started giving me the awareness of the true state that I was, right? First of all, that I was financially broke on my own, that I had nothing to offer to myself or to my kids, instead of the cleanup and all of the things I can do in the house, taking care of the kids and all of that. But aside that, when my kids need something, I can't get it for them. When I also need to get something for myself to maintain myself, to look good, without asking this money from my husband, I couldn't also do that.